goes. All right. We are live, everybody.
Hey,
So at this
hey,
time, normally what I do is I'll make sure I share the live out to my story and all that stuff so other people can see it. So I'm getting ready to do that now. If you guys want to share it from your page, you can. If it's too difficult as far as being able to switch back and forth, of course, don't worry about it. So let's see.
hey, on some real shit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this right now. Given that it's this time of year with Father's Day and Code, you know what it is with me. Um, Recently lost my dad back in October, so this is the first Father's
Yeah.
Day without my dad. And so if I get choked up, if I get
Aw.
if I gotta take a pause, bear with me.
Okay. All right.
Bear
All
with
right.
me, because this is Father's Day, being a father, my father, this is some heavy shit to me.
This is I get it. I totally get it and I totally understand. I totally get it and totally understand. At first is always the hardest.
Yeah.
It's always the hardest. So
I think his birthday hit hard. That one hit me
yeah.
back in February. That hit me. I
Yeah.
was expecting it, but I wasn't,
Mhm.
there wasn't no way I could brace myself. So it was like,
Yeah.
ooh, man.
The birthday, the anniversary,
See,
date, like all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. It's rough.
look, I lost my wife, so everything
Yeah.
hit different for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
wow.
my daughter's mom, yeah, so everything hits different because it's more about my daughter versus me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, salute to you, man. And I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, brother. Look,
So
yeah, I had to step into roles that I ain't never had to do before.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah,
So I have my guys up. I'll bring Mark up in a minute. Teas, Dre, you can stay because it's just you guys. I didn't get the other guys that haven't come on yet. So I can technically bring you all up on the stage. I know Mark is driving though, so I don't want to pull him up. But I'll just go ahead and just start talking and sharing, because I did actually pick you guys. I when I decided to do this, you guys came to my mind, and I was like, yeah, I definitely want
thank
to
you.
get these guys up. These are special guys, and people need to know about it because a lot of times people just see on social media and stuff like that, and they don't really get um a glimpse, of the real person. So
Thank you.
this is going to Facebook, and this is also on YouTube.
Yep.
So I normally give people about 5 minutes and stuff. Let me see. I didn't know it was a game tonight. I forgot y'all in these games.
Yeah, there is a game. Yeah, I
Be
was
in
just
the
asking my
way.
man about that. I'm like, what's
Mm-hmm.
the story?
So I'm sure
30.
you guys want to do the game too. So I'll try not to hold you guys up too long.
Man,
Um,
listen, I'm gonna be real with you.
Just the,
My mother been giving me all the highlights. Man,
I
my mother
definitely don't
been
want to
locked
get
in
in the
on
way
the
of her
playoffs
stuff.
since day one. I'm like, Mom, what the hell? Mom been locked in on the playoffs. I'm like, what is going on?
That's good though. That's good. All
I was
right.
trying to leave last night, and she was in the shower. She yelling at me through the door. You see the game last night? I'm like, Mom, go ahead and take it.
All right, guys. So
I'll
I
holler at you in a minute, cuz.
so I thought I did a Mother's Day episode, and
Right.
we're women and doing things, a couple of guys. I said, hey, send me in a nice little script and a picture of your mom, and it was really hard for for some of them. I asked my cousin, what you want to say? He said, she's the best mom ever. I was like,
Oh yeah.
okay. Where the women, of course, they had these big, huge stories, and whatnot, for them. So I chose you, Dre, because as a friend of mine, I've seen you as a single dad, right? So I don't think the single dads, get enough, I guess, love that they should or
That's
attention
fact.
in the way of props. you
That's
know,
fact.
or existence or acknowledgement, right?
That's fact.
So that's why I chose you, Teus. I chose you because I know that you've been a great dad to your daughter, and you're a widower, right? Is that
Yep.
widower?
Widower.
And
Yep.
widower. And you have been raising this child since her mom left, you know, and
I've
that's,
been in her
you
life
know,
since she was 6.
yeah, 6, amazing, yeah. So I was like, most definitely need to get him on here because I think that it's amazing, and I think that I know there are other dudes who do it, but like in our African American culture, you know what I mean? These are things that actually happen, but I think with all of the what is it, gender wars and like all of that type of stuff,
It
we
get
don't
lost.
hear we don't get, you know, hear enough about it,
Get lost,
and
man.
the challenges and stuff that even may come with, you know, being a single dad.
Yeah.
Being a single dad, you know, and Drake, I don't know, you know, you're a single dad, but I don't know where, you know, his mom is, how involved she is and stuff like that. With him,
How long
you
you
know.
got?
Oh, well,
How
you
long
know,
you got?
so we could definitely dive into that. And so I'm going to start with Dre, Teus, and then I'll come to you, and then we'll get Mark up. So Dre, so
Yes, sir.
what does being a father mean to you, and then what do you enjoy most?
What does being a father mean to me? To me, being a dad is that strength and that guidance. Um, and this is no disrespect to mothers anywhere, but there's a certain oomph that comes, you know, when a father speaks than when a mom. I mean, and granted, and again, no disrespect to anybody. I was lucky enough to grow up with both parents in the home, and I knew my mother meant business.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't play. My parents are Southern folks, so I knew my mother meant business whenever she spoke. But when Dad spoke, it was like,
Right.
yeah, this ain't gonna turn out
Man.
good for me at all. So it was that, and then and nigga, nobody talking to your ass.
Wait a minute. Who's that?
Google, goofy
Oh,
ass damn
I thought your
speaker.
son came in.
No,
Okay.
man, he ain't tripping on me, man. Bro, he at my mama house, probably knocked out like he done worked in a fucking tobacco field all day and drank
Oh
all
God.
night.
Oh.
But
And so this
that
is
was
what do you enjoy most about being a dad? Because it sounds
the
like it's harassing him and talking trash.
what I enjoy most about being a dad is, man, I love speaking personally. I love how close me and my son are. I love how, you know, and this was something I taught him from a young age. You know, son, if you know, if there's anything you need to talk to me about, talk to me.
Right.
Don't hold that shit in. Don't, you know, just come talk to me. If something's bothering you, if it's something that you want, something that you need, anything, come talk to me. Don't feel like you can't speak to
Right.
me. And for the longest, I felt like that with my dad when I up until about high school. And my mother was like, just go talk to him. And then I went up there, I went upstairs, my dad was in his office chilling, and I went up there and spilled my guts about God knows what. And the floodgates opened, and it was just like, oh man, I couldn't wait for you to come talk to me about this shit, son. Bet. And that's how I was with my son.
Yeah.
When he started and to this day, hey dad, I gotta talk to you about something. Hey dad, let me run this by you. Hey dad, I got something on my mind to this day. And I love the connection. I love I love the guidance and that I can give him, you know, from everything that I've been through
Right.
and
So
everything
would
that
you
I've seen. And it's
so
like, you know, and to get him to understand, ain't nothing new under the sun.
So that kind of goes into question number 2, and I don't want you to answer it before I ask you. So,
Right.
what is one lesson or value that you hope your children will carry with you throughout life?
One lesson or value that I hope they carry.
Yeah. Or I would say he carries. It almost sounds like you were getting ready to say, being able to open up and express himself and not hold it in.
Don't be afraid to express yourself, and don't be afraid about what people say about it. One, and all go for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anybody speak any fear into what your dreams are.
Got it.
And keep family close. We've always been a tight knit family. We've always been very close, even though my sister on some dumb shit right now. Anyway.
All right, let me get to the second question so I can get to Tayus, and then we gonna come back to you. But what would you like to say to your son, your father in heaven, or any other father for this upcoming Father's Day? What would be your message?
Who, me?
Yeah. Like, what's your message? What would you like to say to your son? Your son is watching this or whatever. What would you say to him?
If my son is watching this, what would I want to say to him?
As far as being his father, like,
when it's your time to be a father, I know it's some shit you might not understand, but keep going. This shit don't come with an instruction manual, but you know right from wrong.
Okay.
Teach them that.
All right.
That's the basis, right and wrong. And you not lazy, don't let him be lazy.
All right. Sounds good. So I've seen people are starting to come in. This is our Father's Appreciation episode, and I have Dre here. I have Ted, and then I also have Mark. He's not on stage yet. I'll be bringing him up in a moment. And so, Dre, thank you. Dre is someone that I chose again because Dre is a single dad, and I've been seeing him raise his son from big to bigger.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen him as a little kid. He's been always man sized when I seen him. Now he's giant.
And now, like my homeboy tell me, I'm not a dad now. I'm an advisor.
Because
I'm like, bullshit. I'm a dad. I still pay for shit. Like,
so, we're gonna go over here and talk to Mr. Tayus over here. And so he is a widower again, and he has been raising his daughter since she was 6 years old. She's how old now?
22.
22. And guess what, guys? He is getting ready to be a granddad.
Hey.
Nice.
Congrats.
Thank you.
It's the best, man. You just wait. It's so different. But my grandson get away with everything, y'all. It's hard for me to check him on anything. So
that little boy get away with murder, and everybody in the world see it.
So Tayus, okay. So what does being a father mean to you, and what do you enjoy most about being a dad?
Wow, I'll say this. My best friend before he passed, he actually showed me what a dad does. Even I came up with a family, all our dads are around, but watching my best friend raise his son and his daughter, he really showed me what a dad does because we were the same age. And when I came to my daughter's life, it was like we clicked. She crawled under that table on a day when Courtney said, "Hey, can I bring Jordan?" I say, "Sure, no problem." And Jordan crawled under that table and we colored, and she has not left my side at all. I mean, she don't play about me. And being that dad to her has been one of the most amazing things that I ever can do in life. Just being her protector. Like you said, we can talk about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. She's gonna come like dad. At one point, I didn't have a name, it was just Dad. So it's one of the most amazing things that anybody can experience. And it's unfortunate you have people who can never experience that, or you have people who don't actually step up and do what they're supposed to do for their children. And they're missing out on some amazing things and amazing conversations or amazing experiences. Just then that's like the best thing
Right.
ever.
So like you just said, you said when you met her, right? So that's a big thing because you know you didn't know her before 6 or before when you first met her, and you guys like click instantly. You've been there. Her mom, you know, sadly, you know, is gone now, but she still have you, and I think that's such a blessing because a lot of kids they don't have that. They don't have that. And that is such a blessing. I mean, as a person who lost, you know, I lost my mom. My mom was what, 45? I was like 20, you know. But my sisters, they were like teenagers and the other one was 12. And I seen it was such a hard thing, you know, to go through, but they still had me, thankfully. And then they also had my dad, you know, and like my younger sister and my dad are like super close. My sister takes care of my dad. He has dementia. She lives with him. She does all of the day-to-day nursing and stuff for him. And you know why? Because she's seen how well my dad took care of my mom. You know, my mom passed away of cancer as well, you know. And so we seen him do it, you know, do his thing. So always dad's gonna be taken care of. So I already know with you guys, it's a wrap. You know, dad is going to be taken care of. And like Taya said, she do not play about him. She be on it.
One is not the words. Like she said, I'm the one who got to sign all the paperwork.
Right.
And my
I'm,
son will
I'm,
put me in a home.
All right. So let me see. What is one, because I got to bring Mark up too. What is one lesson or value you hope that she would carry with her throughout life?
one of the lesson value. I think I taught her the value of just being straight up. Don't hold nothing back. Just if you feel it, say it. If you have an intuition about it, figure it out. I mean, because like I say, it's been times when she had an intuition about something, she'll come and say, "How do you want me to handle the situation?" I say, "I need you to handle this situation like this, because guess what? You're not a kid anymore. I can't get you out of trouble. So if you do it like this, guess what? You will be fine. You don't have to worry about it. I can't get you out of that trouble anymore because you're an adult now." So
that's true.
long as she does everything right, the right way, and it's like I said, she always consults me before she do anything that's major. And
Right.
I hope she instills that to my grandson.
And she will, because she's had you since 6 years old, and everything that you have taught her is gonna go to that grandbaby. So
Look here,
good job.
I taught her some things, and taught her some things, and I'm like, "Damn, you listen to that?" She said, I was walking by her room one day. She's probably like in middle school, and she said to the little boy, "My dad said a boy would say something like that one day." And I went back in the room when my wife say, "Yes, she listened."
She listened. Oh my goodness.
That was one of my proudest moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she about to be now you about to be granddaddy. Cheers.
I can't wait. God, I can't
what would
wait.
you like to say to your daughter? I guess like what you just said, but what else would you like to say to her if she was watching this?
Well, I lost my volume.
Lost your volume. Okay, he'll be back. I'm gonna bring Mark up. Mark, you ready? All right, he talking, but I can't hear him. Hold on, guys. Bringing Mark up. Hey, Mark, what's up? Yes.
I'm still driving, but it's all good. I'm in a better place.
All right. Let me see how I look if I bring Tayus up too. All right. We're good. All right. So I was just finishing up with Tayus. He was getting ready to tell us what is one thing that he would say to his daughter that he's raised. She's watching.
You are an amazing
Can you hear me?
young lady. I watched you grow up so much, and I know that you're gonna be an amazing mom to King Caden once he gets here in another month. And I will be by your side every day to guide you whatever you need. I can't always be that some saying I think about what mom would say, so I got you.
All right. Okay, we got Daddy of 3 over here. Mr. Mark. Mark, you are up.
I
Dre,
can't
I'm
really
gonna
hear
just
you.
drop you down for a second. Can you hear me? Let me see, because I don't know if it's too. Let me see.
Can you hear me? I can't really hear
Yeah.
you.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, nothing.
Can't hear you. Let me try to jump off and jump back on.
Or we have freaking. It's the weather. It could be the weather, and he's driving. No. Okay. Mark the internet on another side. Okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay, now you can hear me. So
Yep.
I got you down here twice. I'm gonna leave the other one of you down here in the bottom. So just in case. So I was saying, father of three.
Yes.
When Mark and I met, he was a father of zero.
And then had one, and then
Woo! And then had, oh man, woo! Had, now how old is, I don't even, what is he, 15? How old is he now?
Gideon will actually be 14. He'll be 14 on Saturday. He'll be 14.
Woo!
Godric just turned 8 last week, and my daughter, she'll be 10 September 20th.
Wow, gosh,
Wow.
them years flew by, didn't they?
Huh? Time flew
I
by.
said, those years flew.
It flew. It really flew.
So
But
what does being a father mean to you?
oh
And what
man,
do you enjoy most?
being a father. Well, in case nobody know, I'm divorced. I'm a divorced single father.
Oh, okay.
Yes, divorced single father. Um, I think now being in the position I am, it means it's always meant the same thing, but I think it means some extra things now because the responsibility gets greater when you are being the father that is bringing on change, that's not doing things that are run of the mill. You know, I'm considered the the generational um misconduct breaker, if that makes sense, on both sides. So for me, being a father, I'm a protector of my children. I'm a protector of their free mind. I'm a protector of their innocence. I'm a protector of just them being able to be who they are, if that makes sense.
Yes,
I'm
it does.
raising leaders. I'm raising leaders, so I can't teach my leaders how to be followers. I'm the father. You can't tell my kids because I said so. That'll trigger me
Mhm.
to
Yeah, these
have
different
to step
days.
in. Yeah,
Right.
these are different, because when kids are kids, they pay attention to things and they equate not only things being, you know, being things from your parents, but they equate things from being from adults. So if fathers make things feel like it's okay when it's people who are not them, but they're okay also, and you don't want to open up those doors. So you don't want to teach your kids not to question adults. I teach my kids to be respectful, but they question everything because I don't ever want them thinking that you just do something because an adult said it, or you just do something because a family member said it. No, you
Right.
question everything.
Right.
If you don't feel comfortable, I teach my children to always be comfortable coming to me and
I
speaking
love that.
about whatever it is that's bothering them. You know what I'm saying? I encourage communication. I don't encourage blind loyalty with my
Right.
children. You question everything, even if it's me. My 8-year-old
Right.
comes to me and, Dad, can I talk to you for a second? What do you want to talk about now? Well, Daddy, I don't like the way I don't like the way I feel when you told me I can't get Robux. I'm like, I understand you don't like how you feel, but
Right.
I can't
Right.
just keep giving you Robux. But he feels comfortable coming to tell you how he feels about that, and he's very respectful. So I want to instill that in my children because that's how you create great leaders. That's how you create
Right.
community leaders. They're not afraid to stand up for themselves. Sometimes a child's first bully is their parent, and when you
Mm-hmm.
do things to them like that, you wonder why they act a certain way when they get older because they never felt comfortable with the person they see every day. So they're gonna start
Right,
acting a
right.
different way when they go out here and start being teenagers and start being adults. So for me, being a father is being a protector and just being an educator, being a disciplinary, but not a disciplinary from abuse, a disciplinary of disciplehood. You know what I'm saying? Teaching my
Right,
kids
right.
how to be better than I am. You know what I'm saying? When they move forward.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I see Alex just came in. Alex, I'll bring you up in just a second. Um, so what is okay? So I think like a lot of what you just said kind of goes in into the question number 2, which is what is one lesson of value that you hope your children will carry with them throughout life?
Um, One major lesson that I tell my children, even now, because like I said, we can't hide the fact that they live in two different worlds right now. And I'm a totally different person than their other parent. So I teach my children, one, we don't we don't lie to protect the reputation of people who need to be better. We hold them accountable by basically seeing the space that they choose to be in, and we treat them how
Right.
they are in that space. We don't tell lies for shitty behavior. We say it's shitty behavior and keep moving. And we don't accept mediocrity disguised as love.
Oh, I love that. I love
I tell
that.
my children all the time, be careful between mediocrity and love, because sometimes people will tell you to do some of the worst things in the nicest of loving ways because they don't want to see you grow.
Mm-hmm.
So be very careful about receiving mediocrity disguised as love.
Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. That's real deep. And then I
Yeah.
want to say the last question. What would you like to say to your kids? I mean, like you just kind of said it in a lot of question number 2, but if they were watching this, just expressing your feelings or your love. You don't gotta cry. The guy said trying to make people cry.
Now, I just want them to always remember, be a leader, because that's what my father taught me. The one time I got in trouble that I really thought I was really gonna get in trouble for, I remember I skipped school, and I followed some friends to a girl's house, and the police came and took us back to school. And my
Mm,
father picked me up. I was like, I already know, man, he about to lose his daggone mind. And I looked at my father, man, and he had the worst. It was a combination of disappointment and
yeah.
fear on his face. And I was like, "What's up?" And the only thing he could say to me, he's like, "Did I teach you to follow people?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "You just follow some people somewhere and did that and got brought back to school." He said, "Man, I ain't teach you to be a follower." He said, "That
Yes.
can go bad for you." He said, "You
Very
don't
bad.
follow people out here." He said, "I don't teach you to be a follower." And I always remember that because I just knew that I was gonna be in a lot of trouble, but he just couldn't believe that I follow somebody. So I teach my kids, don't be followers, be leaders. Like, be okay with being by yourself. Be okay at an early age cutting off your
Right.
friends who are not healthy for you. My
Yeah.
kids will tell you right now, I'm not feeling the way he was talking to me over the daggone robot game, so I ain't talking
Right.
to him right now. All right, that's cool. You should be able to, but make
Right.
sure you
Right.
circle back and you see what that feels like before you let that person back on your Roblox game, because
Right.
that equates to the rest of your life. Kids learn those lessons early. Parents will tell kids, "Oh no, he's just being a kid." No, he not. Your
Yeah.
son or daughter is using the skills that they have called discernment early. And we shut that
Mhm.
down by telling children, "Oh no, we just give them pass," or we don't give them the credit for being discerning. We shut it down and tell them, "Oh no, no, it's just that." No, it meant a lot to them at their age. But when they start
Right.
to show discernment and show that they can make good decisions, capitalize on that, because it just makes it stronger as they get older.
Awesome. 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 Hey, Reese. Hey, Reese. Thanks for coming in. All these awesome dads on the stage. I see Alex. Alex, let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I'll pull you up. These poor guys, on the, Mark driving, Alex on the train. Uh, Mark,
Be
I'm gonna
careful on that
drop you
train.
just so you safe. I'm gonna drop you, so I want you focusing on driving, but you can
I'm
still
good.
listen out because I'll probably bring up everybody at the end if you still are here. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, let's see. What's up? What's up, Alex? Can you hear me? Oh, Alex can't really hear. Alex. So I want to talk about Alex. I met Alex back in the day in high school. We used to party together. So your girl know how to do a little Spanish dancing and the merengue and all that other stuff. So this is one of the guys I used to party with back then. We would hit up all the Spanish clubs and stuff like that together. Real good guy. Real good guy. Taya's probably got a call, so I'm gonna bring him down. So we're gonna look at Alex's ear. But yeah, Alex is I can't let me unmute you, Alex.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I can hear you. I
I
can
can't hear
you.
you anymore. I'm
You
sorry,
can't
I'm
hear
on the
me?
train.
You got earbuds? You got earbuds?
Give me a
Phone?
second. Give me a second.
Okay. So I'll finish talk about him in a second. So we would all like meet up and like after the mall, work at the mall and all that other stuff. And we'd meet up and hit the club. And oh my gosh, it's so crazy because you be able to hit the club and go to freaking work the next day. I definitely know that them days is over for me. Dre, I'm gonna bring you up while wait on him. So Dre, you remember them days being able to party?
Oh, I did it up
And go
until
to
my
work the
30s.
next
Trust me.
day without no problem?
Oh, I did it up until my 30s. Trust me. Oh, I know.
Woo, until
You
30.
forgot I
Can
was
you
in the
hear me?
military. Trust me. I get it. I did it.
All
I
right,
did a
let me
lot
I
of
don't
it.
think I can hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't
Okay.
hear you.
All right. How long? Okay, so I'll let you come back up. Maybe when you get to a better spot.
All right, let me
So
try
I'm
to
not in
exit
it.
out and come back in. See
Okay.
if that works.
Yeah, we used to, me and him used to, woo.
I
I don't know about no 30s. Well, you had one kid, so you could probably do that. By
yeah.
that time, I
Well,
had
you
3.
figure. Well, I had one kid, and then, like I said, Brother Mark touched on the same point that I could identify with. I was a divorced single father, you
Yeah.
know, and I was, for a minute I didn't have it, but close by, but I
Right.
still had a village to help me raise my son. And even in like for the longest, I didn't have it close by. Like the main part of it was when I was stationed in North Carolina, and I had family that was 5 minutes up the street, but they wasn't really reliable. And then I had family 45 minutes down the street that I just didn't want to trouble with them,
Right.
trouble them with stuff like that. But they would help me out, of course, if I needed it. And sometimes they would volunteer. So I didn't get out a whole lot, but man, when I did, I would come home on like holiday weekends and stuff like that. And my mom, my sister, like go out, have some fun,
Yeah.
get up with your homeboys from high school and dudes that are still my good friends to this day. Get out, go have some fun. So it
You
was
got
just like,
you gotta have your
man,
time too, Alex, can you hear me? Okay, let me unmute you. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear
there
me?
you
hey,
go.
I can hear you,
Good.
brother.
Me and Dre was going down memory lane about
Hey,
partying.
Okay.
So
for
he was
sure,
waiting.
for sure,
I had
for
said
sure.
that's how I met you. I think we met at a club back in the day.
Right.
And we would just go out and have a good time, party a lot.
Right.
So he was my dancing partner a couple of times, him and some other
Yeah.
friends teaching me how to do the little Spanish dances. We got to get up
Right.
and go out some more, Alex, because I miss you.
That's
we
right.
had some good times. So, but Alex, tell us about you, like your dad, how many you have, and all that stuff.
Okay, so a little bit about my father. My father was alcoholic, so he died when I was 12. So really, I was raised by my mom. So it was me and my brother DC, native Washingtonian, always representing. So when I became a father of my daughter, I made sure that I would always be there for her. So I think while she grew up, I missed only one field trip because I didn't have a father. I wanted to make sure that she had a father that was always there. So it was very, very special to me. I became a single father. She came to live with me, put her through college, graduated last year from Towson University.
Salute to you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All you guys are single dads, and I didn't know, this is actually amazing. So this works.
Yeah. So and she still lives with me. So it's just me and her, and that's my baby. Being a father has been a challenge, especially for a girl. I'm not a woman, so I don't know the first thing about what goes on with a woman's body. And so when she was growing up and she was going through her cycle, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a sister, so I had to ask people.
Right.
But that came with parenthood, fatherhood. I think it's one of the biggest and greatest gifts that I can say that I have been a part of. And and like I said, she's my baby. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. And as a parent, you sacrifice. You sacrifice as a father. Unfortunately, her mother chose not to be in her life. And so, there's always challenges with that because every kid, I believe, whether a girl or a boy, needs their mother. Because I had a mother, and my mother, thankfully, is still alive, and she's my everything. She's the reason I'm the person who I am is because of her. So much respect to not just the fathers, but the mothers. I think I know we as fathers don't get the credit like mothers, but I think that we don't do it for the credit. I think we do it because it's our responsibility.
Right.
And that's how I take it. And because I didn't have my father for a long time, I wanted to make sure that she did, and she does. I should say.
That is so.
So that's a little bit about my story.
Yeah, and I did. I would always see her on your page and stuff.
I think I lost
I'll be too intrusive. Oh no, I think you about to go to the garage, probably getting ready to lose you a little bit, but I did not know that you were a single dad. I would always see her with you. Okay, it's okay. So probably once you get outside, it'll come back through. But so wow, I did not know going into picking all these guys that they were. I knew Dre and Teus were single dads. I did not know Alex and Mark was a recent divorced single dad. Because Facebook, I don't be in everybody's business either.
I know you. I can't hear you, but you can probably hear me. And I do want to say thank you for inviting me. And I appreciate it. I'm sorry I joined late. I had a dinner.
You're working
with some old co-workers that I had to meet after work. And actually, speaking of my daughter, she's here to pick me up with my dog.
Beautiful. I love the guy picking you up. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. That's awesome.
I can't hear you for some reason, Khalidi.
I can bring you up. I can bring you up later. He said he can't hear me, but I'll just bring him up later, and I'm gonna bring the rest of these guys back up, and see how that works because he's freezing up. All right, guys. All right. This is so great, y'all. I did not know that all these guys were single dads. They need their props. Let's see. All right. What in the world? Dre's crazy. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna try to add Alex back. Are you back, Alex?
Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Man, let me say this. Hold on. All these brothers, man, made some super valid points, man. Every last one. Man, brother Mark hit on some great shit. And just I think he hit on a point of just letting your kids know that you're gonna be there for them. And like I said, there's no instruction manual for that shit, but just letting them know that you there. And brother Alex, he hit on a point that was a bar. This man said single fathers don't do it for the credit. Man, listen, put that shit on a t-shirt. That was gangster as hell, and I love it.
Dre was in the back putting his arms up and everything. He was cheering for you, Alex. He loved what you said.
I appreciate it.
We don't do it for the credit. We don't. We get credit for it sometimes, but that ain't why we do it. That ain't. When the last time you heard a brother say, "I'm a strong, independent black man, and I'm a single father, and I do it for that"? And this, you ain't never heard it, never. And I'm not trying to start no shit. Maybe I am, but maybe I am.
you trying
I ain't
to
trying
get
to start no
started.
shit. Maybe I am. But
let me ask
but being real, single fathers, they we do it on the. You know, we just do it. We just do it. And then it's just like, hey, and when you ask us, just like you said, Cole, you had no idea so many of us were single fathers.
Yeah.
You had no idea. So, I mean, you knew me. You knew that I was, and you knew that Brother Tez was.
Yeah.
But you had no idea. But and this is what we do. And it's to us, it's not a badge of honor or nothing like that. It's just something that we call life. It's something that we have to do. And if somebody recognizes it and says, "Damn, bro, you a single dad?" Yeah. You know, we're not looking for a fucking parade.
Yeah.
We just trying to do the best by our kids, man. And we just don't want to see our kids out here in the world, man. And you've seen how fucked up and crazy everything is out here nowadays.
We just ready to get into that, but let me ask Alex.
Man, hold on, let me relax. All right, I'll relax. Let me relax.
So, Alex, you sitting in the car right now with your daughter. Yeah. So, the guys they're by themselves. But here we go. So, what is one lesson of value that you hope your daughter will carry with her throughout life?
Oof. That I would say, hard work pays off, because she knows that I've worked hard, all my life to get the things that we need, or that we have, I should say. And because I didn't, have a silver spoon, I had to work hard. Even when she was going through college, again, we as parents, as fathers, we sacrifice, our time, our energy, but I was never tired, because I knew that I was doing it for her. And that's all I want her to take with her when I leave this world, that my daddy worked hard and he never gave up on me. That's one thing that I want her to take. And she knows, and I'm sure she can say, if anybody asks her, that I never gave up on her. I never have given up on her, and every step of the way of her struggles was my struggle too.
Wow, like what you saying? Yeah, let me outside and go to the bathroom. Because we hear women say that. We hear single moms say, things to that nature. But single dads, like Dre was kind of saying earlier, like even just trying to find somebody to babysit if you do want to go out sometimes, if you do need time to yourself, you guys still have to find a babysitter, and stuff like that too, and then I
Thank
think
God for my mom.
dating, like we get ready to go down another hole here of getting back out here and dating and being a single parent, like and knowing how to navigate that and whatnot. So let me ask y'all, like, so how does that work?
So one thing for me, my priority has always been my baby, my daughter. If someone came along, they came along. However, they have to understand that I come with a package, right? I'm a package deal. And if they can't accept that, then I can't be with you.
Right.
Let me touch on something like that. So when I came into my wife's life, I felt like this: in order to accept a woman with a child, you got to accept that child first, and that's how I carried, and that's how I lived my life since then.
Thank you.
So Alex, I think you had came in a little later, but Teus is actually a widower, and he met his wife's daughter, and it was love at first meet, and he's been her dad ever since. And now he's getting ready to become a granddad.
Oh wow!
So he is. If we see such bad stigmas and stuff like that about dads. So, I think I did see Mark in some stories, but I be minding my business. So I seen Mark on some dates. Oh no, now his I was about to say, don't sit up here and get frozen now.
Man, you telling that man business. Whoa. Whoa.
He put it on Facebook too.
Whoa.
It wasn't no secret story.
Be easy.
It's no secret. It's no secret. I mean,
just stepping, you don't got to talk and specifically about that. Just going back into the dating world after being divorced in general, like it's different out here. Woo! It's different.
And then you got different. And like he said, you got to prioritize your kids with any and everything. For me, nobody, like, I'm the person that I'm dating now, because I've become the most serious. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna go plug the car. I just picked up my boys, but the person that I'm dating now is the first person that I've dated since we were done almost 4 years ago. This is the first person that they're probably going to meet, because I didn't feel like I was going to be serious with anybody until this person that I'm dating, because I don't know, it just didn't feel right then. The person I'm dating now, she's a mom also, but her daughter is she's graduated from college, so she knows what that's like to be a single parent, and she kind of knows what boundaries not to cross and where to fit in. And for her, she wanted to wait because, like, after getting divorced, my ex-wife, she moved on dating, but totally went against what was in our divorce decree. Basically, just did it all wrong, and my kids were asking me a whole bunch of weird questions and everything like that. So I told my girl now, I was like, well, nah, we'll go ahead and meet the kids. And she was like, nah. She was like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. You guys know it's kind of
the right thing.
So yeah, he's going
right. She's like, we're going to do the right thing. She's like, we're going to wait the time that we're supposed to wait because you did that for your kids. Just because she doesn't do it the right way doesn't mean we come back and do it the wrong way also and double down on your kids. And that meant a lot to me because I'm like, yo, she's prioritizing my kids like I would want somebody to look at my kids in this.
Absolutely. Sorry, y'all. He's breaking up. Yeah. Because we have, I mean, especially, man, you
Can I
wouldn't
speak on
mind
this
having
real
around
quick?
children.
you gotta be careful. I mean, men
Can
and
I
women,
speak on this real quick?
it's not hinged right. So you definitely gotta be careful about who you you start letting in and stuff like that. I've heard, like, I had a friend that I worked with that was raised by a single dad, and she was just like, when my dad wasn't around, this is how we was treated and this and that. And then she was like, I guess he just really wanted to be with this woman because when we told him, he didn't believe us. And and I'm like, what? That be happening over, with there too. And then it's like, some people, I feel like they so lonely. Yeah. I don't want to go on a tangent here, to have somebody that they stop putting, mama got to have a life too, or daddy got to have a life too. And they put aside what they need, and you cannot do that.
And
Can I speak on that real quick?
Wrong. Like my godson had a child, and I remember telling him, I was like, you don't have any free time anymore. The things that you heard other people say, oh, I need time for myself. You don't get time for yourself. You get the time that's left over after you give it to your kids. That's your time. But you don't prioritize.
Right. Kids got to come first. Mark, I don't know where you moved to.
So I want to say something because my story is a little bit kind of like the brother who just spoke. So I'm divorced too, and so after my divorce, I chose to be by myself for 5 years. And that's just my time to work on me. And another reason was because I didn't want my daughter to see. I'm the first man in her life, so I have to be an example for her. So woman that she knows that I've been with is the person who I'm with now and her mother. So and the person who I'm with now, I probably waited about 2 to 3 years before she ever met for the first time they met, because I had to protect my daughter from just anybody. I had to make sure that this is the person that I'm with, and this person is good, first of all, and it's going to accept my baby, and accept me and my baby, first of all.
My bad, y'all. Service terrible over here.
Just having their representatives, like, it's hard enough to just date when you don't have kids, and then like when you start dating again, you got to think about everything. Like, even for my daughter, as a lot of you guys know, we lost Rome's father, tragically. And then it's like, for her to, me and her have a conversation about now her being a single mom, his dad being gone, and now trying to find somebody to date. And she's like the standards that were already higher, because this man can ultimately be, if I'm serious with him, he's going to be an example for Rome. Yeah. And he has to be the best example because, Rome already lost his dad, So don't let nobody, Rome's dad was not a hood dude or anything like that, but we end up losing him anyway. But she's definitely not trying to, be with somebody that's out there in the street and, and all that type of stuff. It's different. It's different. And sadly, I'm glad to hear you guys went through all this thought process. Because let me tell you, some women do not. They do not. They just be ready to have somebody, anybody, and just have anybody around their kids, sadly, and things go bad real quick. But this is a positive post, so want to keep it positive. So I just, like I said, I chose you guys because you guys were also very positive. I see what y'all doing on Facebook and stuff, even if I don't see you guys all the time, live. It's always great. Okay, let me hold on. I see my homie Sonny. Let me bring Sonny up. Hold on, guys. Let me see where Sonny. All right, there you go. Hey, Sonny, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, I got some pretty handsome friends up here, ladies. If y'all in the I mean, they taking, but I'm just saying. Okay, so Sonny,
how do I open it wider?
I don't know.
But hey.
I can bring him back up. Ted, you get darker and darker back there. You like you in the FBI.
I'm outside relaxing.
I'm gonna see if I can get Sonny back up. I think he accidentally
But I'll
came
say this,
down.
even with after my wife passed, my wife told me, I want you to enjoy life, get married again, have kids, right? Because I have no biological children.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only really dealt with one woman seriously since my wife passed away. And my wife gave me a hard pass on that too, prior to her. And dating, wow. Just the dating world, even it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same.
It's wild.
Man, look. I don't know how they do it anymore. I'm like, man, you know what? I've been with this on and off with the same woman. You know what? I just make that work. Just make it work.
Right.
Because there ain't no point
out here.
It's wild. Co, you ain't tell us that women are
became
disgusting.
men.
They did.
Women became men.
They did. He right.
They are.
They men. Real talk.
Yeah, women, yeah, they got, I'm telling you, I can't give all the secrets though. But let me ask Sonny. Sonny, you ready to come up? We try to get Sonny up here. Sonny, can you hear me? Sonny, I met Sonny on Black Planet, y'all. So we know how long ago Black Planet was out.
You talking about the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes. I met Sonny. Sonny down. I think Sonny in Texas now, but he originally from Bmore. I think that was what his name was on Black Planet. So, Sonny was a single dad too, and then Sonny got married to his wife Sean. Very beautiful girl, real nice folks. Sonny, can you hear me yet? I tell you, you men in technology, boy. Woo! I thought I was bad. I don't know where Alex when he got black on his. I don't know if he may have got a phone call, but he's still here. I can still see who's here. Teus is totally disappeared.
You can
Sonny,
I can see me.
Who was that? Was that you, Teus?
I can see myself.
Let me see your teeth. Let me see your teeth show up. Mark showing us, I don't know, he's showing us the house. Oh gosh. So, but yeah, let me see if I can fit. I should be able to fit Dre up in here. I'm hoping Sonny, I can hear Sonny. Sonny?
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Go. I got you.
Cool.
So I don't know. Were you able to hear me at all?
Yeah. I was trying to send a comment, but I guess it wasn't going through, you know?
Okay. So I'm here with these other dads, and we're just talking about fatherhood. They are now single dads. Single dads differently divorced. I have Teus, who's a widower. He's getting ready to be a granddad. His daughter's getting ready to have a baby next month. We got Alex on here. Me and Alex used to party back in the day. We got Mark showing us his room with his kids. Is that the kids' room? I don't know. He's a divorced father, a single dad of 3. And then we have Dre. Let me see. Dre was moving around. Let me see if I can bring Dre back up. All right, I got Dre. So I think everybody should be up here.
Hey.
So
please let me weigh in on the dating aspect. Please.
Let me ask Sonny his father questions, and then we can do the open panel.
Yes. Let me hear that.
Dre got a lot of stuff that he need to say, guys. Woo! So Sonny, tell us about how many children you have and all that stuff, your little introduction.
I got 7.
Woo!
Ooh, buddy.
But 5 is biological, 2 is stepkids.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're a dad who stepped up, and I love it.
The father never been there for the 2, so I pretty much been there the whole time, almost.
Man, can we have another panel about stepdads who stepped up?
Yes, we can. Let's talk. If you guys want, I'm a woman here, but I think you definitely probably can have y'all can make a man circle out of this somehow, you know. So how are the stepkids, Sonny?
So one is turning 22 in November, and one will be turning 18 in January.
Okay, because you and Sean been
So
together
they
for
almost
long.
all gone.
How
Yeah,
long has
yeah.
you been in
Almost
their
all
life?
of them. Because 3 of them already out.
Mm-hmm.
How long had you been in their life with the oldest one?
Is there a way to make this mic louder?
I know,
You
right?
know, sometimes I think like I can hear Alex real good when he was on his headset, and I think Mark was on a headset too. So sometimes if you have the headset on, it works better.
Because I got the
I was on
volume
here,
on my shit all the way up.
Right.
and you can't hear me. Let me see if I can turn my maybe I need to turn my microphone up. Can you hear me better now?
I hear you about the same.
About the same? I don't know.
How long had you been in their life with the oldest one?
Hold on. Let me get my math together because I just got all work, so I'm tired. I say like 14 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yo, you been there. You been
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You been there.
Cause Sonny
You
had
been there.
Sonny, you had how many before you got married though? Was it two? Was it 2 girls? I can't
No,
keep up.
I had 3.
The 3.
My oldest son and then my 2 daughters.
Okay, yeah. And then Sonny and got married, and they had 2 more little ones. They started all over. They so cute. They started over. So
Yeah.
Sonny, what do you like about being a dad?
I say 1 because it changed me. You know, when my first son was born, let me retract. Before my son was born, I was out there. I was wilding, you know, doing all kind of wild shit. And then after he was born, I stopped everything. I chilled out. But after that, I feel like I actually had a conversation because I go on Bigo, and I've been talking to some South Africans, and we was talking about this, and I felt like they made me I guess sit down and think more because I was moving so fast, you know. But when I had time to calm down and just sit there, I thought about a lot more things. You know, I seen things in a different picture. You know, I mean, you know me, Coco. I've always been real open minded. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
Seen things on another level. You know, so I think that's one thing, but also is just seeing them grow. You know, and seeing the characters that they become. You know.
Absolutely. So is that one of the lessons or values that you have for your kids that you want them to, you know, maybe like see what you've been through? Because Sonny's from Baltimore, y'all. So Sonny's seen a lot. I mean, just probably in this area anyway, guys. You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff goes on everywhere. I mean, Baltimore's wild, but that stuff goes on everywhere. You know, but I guess what I want my kids to take from it is I can tell them all day what I've done and gone through, but I feel like at the end of the day, kids gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. So, like, I'm not that type to be on that. You know, if my daughter, you know, want to go on a date when she's 14, I got to keep the gun close. I don't feel like that because if I'm like that, she's just gonna do it behind my back. So I stay real open minded with all my kids and real clear and I pretty much lay things out on the table, you know.
Because that's something that the other guy said before you got on about communication, open communication, and being able, you know, because you want your kids to be able to come to you and talk to you about things and not hide it.
Yeah, because
and be ashamed because they're gonna do it behind
they're
your
gonna
back.
do it because we did it. We did, you know. I mean, so I could talk to my mom, but I couldn't talk to my father about shit. But I felt like if I'm more upfront with my kids, you know, and make them feel more comfortable, they'll be, you know, more willing to talk to me about shit. You know, it's not always the case, but I feel like it works better, you know. But I also let my kids, I'll give my kids ideas or options to do things, but I don't try to force them into do anything.
Right.
You know, I want them to make their own way. They got to make their own mistakes and learn from their own mistakes. You know, that's just me, you know, that's how I am with it.
So, cause you have so all of you guys. Let me make sure everybody has daughters except Dre. So I'm a girl dad. I'm a girl dad. It's me and my two sisters, and and it's my dad. And I will say, like, I was probably closer with my mom because she's a woman, and being able to come and tell her everything and whatever. And some things like losing my virginity, Dad wasn't gonna hear about it. But it sounds like Taz and Mark and
Man, look here.
guys, I don't know. Y'all may have that type of relationship.
I was happy at one point. My daughter liked girls, and I was like, yes. Ain't no babies going to try no time soon. Then next thing, there's a boy pop up on the goddamn screen like,
surprise.
Actually, I had to check my oldest daughter one day because she got a little too comfortable, you know.
No, not.
And she started telling me, I'm like, look, TMI, I don't need to know all that. You know what I mean? She got a little too, I don't want to display it, but,
yeah.
She got a little too, but I think she was drunk too. So, there's that part.
My son is so money oriented and he's so goal driven that, he doesn't know the touch of a woman, if you know what I mean.
Oh gosh, he's
a workaholic.
Yeah. Like
that first one will tear him up.
School for a while, and then he was like, you know what, this ain't the move. I was like, I'm tired of this. And then he got his job, started working, and then the job was kind of a dead end, and he was like, you know what, fuck this. This is stupid. I'm going back to school, Pop. I said, all right, bet. I got your back. And amidst all that, like I said, he hasn't known the touch of a woman.
You just telling all his business,
and
he gonna lose his mind.
And I'm cool with
but
that.
He might not be ready. You know,
he might not be ready, and aside from that, he ain't tripping because he was like, yeah, I can't miss what I ain't had, but I know I don't want to be broke, so fuck that. And that is my spirit. That is my father's spirit running all through that is his grandmother's spirit, my mom, running all through his veins. And so I get it.
So do you guys want I think you do want your daughters to be able to come to you guys. And I'm saying this because, not to go to a dark side of it, right? Because they have to feel comfortable, especially if it may be dangerous. Because some of these youngins out here ain't wrapped too tight. They're not wrapped too tight.
Is emotional and crazy.
You got your dad. You got your dad that
some of these little
niggas to protect you. So they got to be able to come to you and say, hey, Dad, like Mark already said, I'm a protector. He got his one daughter and he got two sons. So I already know sister's going to be, she's good, but they have to feel comfortable to be able to come and say, Dad, like this dude is weird, or like this dude is,
that's as fathers of girls. You have to, and just kids in general, you got to create a safe space of communication. It doesn't work when you take hands off and expect them to work it out. That's not our job. Our job is to be the safe space that they can come to us for anything. I don't expect my kids to work nothing out. I expect them to come to me and ask questions. I don't expect them to make mistakes. I expect them to come to me before they make mistakes. They're gonna make mistakes, but the expectation And children are a product of our expectation. They're not a product of environment. They're a product of our expectations. My expectation for my children is come to me. But I can't tell them to come to me if every time they come to me, I'm shutting them down or telling them that they can't talk about it, or I'm judging them for feeling how they feel. I'm always welcoming my kids for everything. I just gotta understand that kids got a mind of their own, and they're gonna ask some weird questions sometimes. I chose to be a parent. They didn't choose to be a kid, so I gotta take everything that comes with it. Because a lot of us don't realize it's that one conversation that you told your kid that you can't have that'll shut down the safety, and they'll never come talk to you again. And that's when they start doing things behind your back. That's when they start doing things without telling you. That's when they start doing things, experimenting, and you never knew about it. Because that one time you made them feel unsafe, that is setting the tone for how your communication and how you bond with your child for the rest of their life. So you have to let them come to you with the weird stuff. You gotta let them come to you in those uncomfortable moments and help them feel comfortable, because that's our job.
And
I can
think
touch
that
on
was
that
something
because
definitely different from, like I guess we're all kind of the same age group, because my dad ain't know I was having sex till I was pregnant. It was just nothing. It was just like, surprise, I'm pregnant, and it's, the second one I was like, oh Lord, I ain't saying nothing. I was trying to hide it, but then my dad's sister and old women just be saying anything and ask me why was my nose so big, and my dad, I was like, what the, like. Yeah, my nose was big. Like, I already got a wide nose, but that joint was like a whole nother. It was huge.
They know how to tell.
Yeah, and she was
They
like,
know the
"Good
signs.
Lord!" Yeah, she was like, "Good
The
Lord!" And
sideburns
my
ain't
dad
growing
was in
no
the
more. We can
kitchen.
tell something's going on.
He said,
but I want to touch on what Mark said, because
"Know it."
I would be that dad who I'd rather for her to bring the boys over to the house, so I knew she was in a safe place. I was there. I can control their environment. Because first of all, you being safe enough to say, Dad, I want this boy to come over. So you know how I am already. Who is he? We hang out at, them type of things. And I've always controlled that environment. She said, Dad, you always made it a safe place for me to say, hey, I do one of my little friends come over or whatever, whoop-de-doo. Especially when she graduated high school, I'm like, okay. And she got in the 20s, like, all right. Who's this little fella? But you had to, when you walked through that door, the first thing you had to do, you had to speak to me. If you ain't speak to me, you got to go.
But there's still some strict rules with that, because
it's
my
definitely
daughter,
strict rules.
I want my daughter to date. I want my daughter to know what it's like. I want you to experience, those things when I'm close to you. So when you have problems, I can help you. I don't want you to experience a lot of those things by yourself. That's why it's important to let kids be okay with interacting with the opposite sex, but doing it in a tasteful way that is for kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell your daughter, oh nah, you can't, I don't want you talking to boys. And I want my daughter to talk to boys. I want her to learn how to know at an early age, this is acceptable, this isn't acceptable. Because like I said, when you shut those things down, you stifle a kid. And when they start picking up things as a grown adult and they don't know, they making childlike mistakes as an adult. And that's how they get manipulated. That's how they get taken advantage of. And that one thing I said earlier, like, that's how they start taking mediocrity disguised as love, because they just learning that as they are getting older, when they should have been learning it even in grade school. It's okay. I told my daughter, it's okay. You like that boy? It's okay to like the boy. You're supposed to like boys, but you ain't supposed to be doing anything inappropriate with boys. That's how you let that grow in a healthy way. But getting older, yeah, there'll still be rules, because one thing you can't as an adult do, you can't get mad at your child for doing something when you allow them to do those things to get those results. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no boys coming up in your room. They can be in the house, but they're not coming into your room, because I'm now, and remember I said, what we do as fathers, we make our kids think that certain things are okay. If I allow you to be in a situation to where you about to sneak and do something, then I'm at fault. And a lot of times as fathers, we don't look at ourselves and say, what did I do to allow this to get these results? We start getting mad at the kid. But it started with us and the things that we allow in that space for kids to even be making that decision. Don't let them be in a position to make a decision that you're going to regret. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, well,
When
I grew up,
I
my
was
look,
dad was
coming
a
up,
deacon.
when I
My
was
dad
coming
was a
up, when I
deacon.
was coming up
So,
in
I
the Air
mean,
Force, man.
I stuck
When I was
around.
coming up
I
in the Air
stuck.
Force, man, the old heads used to tell me, and this is when my son, this is when my ex-wife, son's mother, got pregnant with my son. They told me some real shit, and what they told me was, and it may sound vulgar, it may sound a little fucked up, but it is what it is. They said, "Oh, they said, well, if you have a boy, you only got one dick to worry about.
Oh,
If you have a girl, you got to worry about everybody else's." And that was the coldest shit I ever heard in my life.
And that's why with that, I told
on
my
a whole
daughter
nother
everything
level.
I've done bad
That
in
was
my
the
life to
coldest
women.
shit I ever heard. And I
I,
was
I
like, it's just the truth.
it is
When
the
you got a
truth.
son, you got to make sure he don't stick his dick in the cactus and do some dumb shit.
When
With
I
a
said,
girl, you
look,
got
my
to
daughter
make
know my
sure
good, my bad,
thousands
and
of
my ugly.
cactuses don't come running at your daughter.
Not the cactus.
It is.
Cactus.
Tell me I'm lying.
You're not
You
lying
gotta
No,
because,
it's
like I
true.
said, I told my daughter
right.
my bad, my truth, and my ugly, so she knew what to expect from boys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never lied to her about my past.
But that's real. But that's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real. And that's
It's
transparent
real.
and
It's
real
real
on your part.
on a huge note because I mean, for you guys, right? I mean, because you're men, right? And you're good guys, right? So, but there are some people out
We
here
give it one hell
that
of
are
a shot.
not good guys. They're not good guys. And I'm not even talking about just men that are trying, I mean, people, you know, dating. I'm talking about just around predators, like all of that type of stuff that, like, you know, just being creepy, man. If you guys would see, I'm a grown woman, but if you
We
guys
can't
could see
speak
the
on the creep.
inboxes that I get sometimes,
If we
pictures
not a
like back
creep,
in the
we
day
can't
when I
speak
was a
on
big
creeps.
thing with them sending pictures and stuff, like it's like being a girl, it's like so it's a dangerous thing. Like, and it's always good to know that you have
Like
your
it ain't
dad,
creepy being a
you
dude.
know. And no, I'm talking about on a whole, I'm talking about SA attacking, that type of stuff. So when
Like it
you're
ain't creepy
saying you're
being a
worried
dude.
about them, you know, being together, I mean not being together, you know, in a relationship, it's like you gotta also worry about people that they're not in relationship with, or they're walking, like I always tell my kids, like you gotta pay attention to your surroundings because you know, like you have to teach them their survival skills, I guess, as dads. Like you
Right,
have
and
to be
you know,
able to
and
show
that's right
them.
because I used to tell my daughter like this: if you at a bar, you don't take no drink from nobody unless you see that bartender pour it. And I can even say that some of our red light district people have been in the same bars with my daughter, and I could have been there and left. They made sure she was okay.
Yeah, because you gotta, like, I mean, that's, I had my daughter, so like Alex, like I said, me and Alex go way back. We used to party and hang out together, and so we had a real close friend named Oliver that passed away. I always talk about my boy Oliver, and so we would go out. Oliver had a daughter, and then Oliver also had a son, and he was a great happy dad. He was always happy about, you know, his kids. But I always felt, thanks babe, I always felt very secure when we would go out to clubs and all this stuff, you know, hanging with Alex and all of them, because they would save us from the creeps. You know, we could just kind of like, you know, go hang with them, and we knew no one was going to put anything on our drink or, you know, try to go off with us or, you know, no wild stuff, you know, and that's just going out hanging out. So like you said, you know, at red light district folks, you know, they knew you, they knew your daughter. So, you know, they was looking out, because I'm telling you, man, it be people, family people, sometimes family members be weird.
Look how many
You know,
creepy
all of
ass
that.
aunties there are.
All of that.
Hold on, I can use this for example.
Look how many creepy ass aunties there are. All them
Yeah.
aunties that's like, damn, if he was my man, and all of that shit. And all of that shit gets smiled at.
Man, look, I think I'm probably still 17 or 18 at that time. I was still in high school. I had a chick picking me up from high school.
Man, I was 19 years old, smashing a 38-year-old chick, and I was fresh in the fucking military. Speaking of which,
I had that happen when I was 16.
What, an older woman?
Yeah, I had my own apartment at 16, and I'd have like little house parties, and I'd have older women like late 20s, early 30s come through, and they'd be all impressed because I had an apartment, and you know, I don't want to give details, but it'd be going from there, you know. But to me, I
had one who's trying to
oh,
get in the
shit,
strap.
you know. But if you look at it now, it's like, damn, I was getting molested.
Yeah, I agree because I was 17, 18, and a chick had me stripping for older chicks.
Oh my goodness!
But to you as a man, you're like, hell yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting
I thought I was a man.
on.
Look, I'm telling my friends in high school, hey, I did this.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hold on. Y'all was talking about the dating game and being a single parent and all of that shit. And let me say this, and I'm gonna speak this shit from experience, and I don't give a fuck who knows it. But I remember a time when there was the whole little I love a man in uniform. I love a man in uniform. Mind you, I'm knee deep active duty Air Force. And then as that happened, I become a single parent. So I'm thinking the game is fucked up for me. I'm a single dad. Chick's not checking for no dude with no kids. You know, I'm thinking that it's over for me. Psycho boo boo. No.
Man, they love a man with a kid.
Man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And this is at this time my son was I became a single father when my son was almost 3 years old and raised him on my own, even with another marriage in between all that, which lasted about as long as a hot fucking shower. Anyway, until
that's why I ain't never get married again.
Is now. And my son is 26 years old. It's been me and him. We've been ride or die for the longest. I remember when my son was about 3, 4, somewhere between 3 and 7 years old, I'm thinking that it's over for me. Nah. They saw a uniform and they saw my son. My son was my shadow. AJ was right next to me. Wherever I went, you saw him, you saw me. And I promise you, I'm not trying to say the dating game was easy, but it was pains on a fucking slingshot.
Will women will gravitate to a man that they think is a good dad? I mean, that's
how about
automatically
that?
Man, look,
being able to like
that?
see.
Well, my wife
that.
passed away. Trust me,
you know,
it was thrown left and right, and it's still thrown left and right.
Look at Alex over there.
My
is
son
that
is
true,
26
Alex?
years old. My son is 26 years old right now. He'll be 27 in September. I promise you that there's a group that I can tell my story to, and the next thing you know, I got collard greens, mashed potatoes, and titties all on the same plate.
And this is why women say it's different. It's a difference when men are single dads versus women who are single dads.
And I don't understand
men don't always flock to women who have kids. It's more
and granted, I get where that comes from because they automatically assume
I'm not taking care of nobody else's kids, is what they say.
Yeah,
it's
and
too
then
much
they automatically
responsibility.
assume that
Some of them don't want to take care of their own kids.
They're undisciplined and all of that shit. And I get that.
It's not even just that though. Sometimes it's the other guy or the kid's father might come with all kind of bullshit.
True.
And the man don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
So I mean, it could be also what he was saying.
We might be getting told a dream about whether they're still together or not, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, because I think sometimes in a lot of those relationships, he will still be, going back and forth, and I just, they're not finished with their baby father. They're not finished with their baby mother. So
I want to touch on something on that. My daughter's father had a kid. My wife told her mother, don't do it, right? She done had a kid with him and everything. And to this day, Jessica may call me and say, hey, I need advice, or can you help me out? Or I buy shoes or what have you.
And that's not your son.
And it's not my, exactly.
That's not your child. But they calling you for advice.
It's my daughter's brother.
Right. Yeah. Siblings.
from another guy.
From my daughter's father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
That means
so
he-
apparently
that means
young man
he ain't
recognizes who got some damn sense.
exactly.
That's what I got from it.
Yeah,
He
my
recognizes who he
baby
can
father's
come
other
to
kids can call
and
me
where his
anytime
safe
if they
space
need
is.
something. Yeah.
And look, my daughter baby shower. Look, my daughter baby shower was this past Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Not one of his family members was there. Not even his brother.
Wow.
Or nobody.
Wow.
Don't know how to show up.
Oh, but best believe they're gonna show up when it's
My daughter said,
time.
my daughter said, I don't want nothing to do with them.
Oh no.
Can't blame her for feeling that way. They ain't there. Your family is there, you know.
But I stepped up for a kid. I stepped up for a kid that's not even mine.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
the bad
thing.
part about that,
you stepped up for her
don't
and her own family.
They're gonna make
did.
you the bad guy.
First, you know?
Oh, I'm always the bad guy. So trust me, I'm always the bad guy.
It's okay to be the bad guy because I'm
Oh, I'm
always
fine
the
with
bad
that.
Yeah, be the bad
Definitely
guy.
okay.
And I can say this. I done had both of his baby mamas in my bed and only had sex with one.
Bro, listen.
This is
The bad
Father's
guy
Day
was always cool
appreciation.
motherfucker anyway.
But this is father's
Tell
talking
me
about some
the
real
bad guy-
stuff.
Tell me Doc
Yeah,
Holliday
yeah.
wasn't the coldest bad guy you ever seen in your life. Doc Holliday was the coldest bad guy ever. I'm sorry.
I just think I definitely know
Fucking-
that it's
what's that nigga
so
name?
important.
Killmonger. That was the coldest bad guy you ever seen.
And Killmonger. Where is that at, Dre?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Oh,
Dear Lord,
sorry.
woman, watch a movie.
My bad.
Come on, Coco, you gotta keep up.
Hey,
Stop watching
look,
goddamn.
I love being a bad
Gilmore
guy.
Girls and shit.
I don't love being the bad guy, but I mean sometimes
I don't
you have
love
to do
being
what
the
you
bad guy, but nigga, sometimes that shit feel good.
you got to do what you got to do when it comes to the safety and you know the sanity of your children.
Yeah.
We literally we have turned some situations that should have been left where they are, and we turn them into things that are more damaging than beneficial just for the sake of relation. I don't have a relationship with my ex-wife past email. We can't talk because she's a compulsive liar and she's very much a manipulative person. So I've had to literally cut communication. And I told her, you want that type of communication from me? Get help. Deal with what it is that you deal with, and we can work on that. But it's even gotten to the point now where I'm like, I don't even think I want that because I don't trust you enough to even let you back in that space. And I had to do that for the sanity and the sake of myself and my children. We have joint custody, but I have full responsibility, if that makes sense. So anything and everything that I do for my children, I do it. And I literally have to put my foot down and say, this is what I'm doing. If anybody feels like they can stop me, feel free.
Because I'm like, there's a lot of manipulation that goes through. There's different parents who are narcissists. I've seen it. And those kids suffer from it. They're in between the two parents, and the other parent is being manipulative and trying to turn me. It's just like a whole big thing. But I always give props to dads who go out and fight for their kids, and they do whatever it is that they need to do to stay in their kids' lives. If they go to court, whatever, they go for it. My cousin's a single dad. He took his baby on to court, his ex-wife, whatever, and got them kids.
And look, I
sometimes
showed
you
up.
gotta
I
do
showed
that.
up for my daughter's. I showed up to court for my daughter's brother because of he did the same exact bullshit. And when I said that man was heated. But I said, but you're doing the same cycle.
Right.
And now AJ knows what his father is.
His kids pay attention. They pay attention, and no matter what people say, as the kids get younger and they get older, they start seeing the real you anyway. They start seeing and they start understanding. Like I showed my kids a lot of stuff from their dad because I didn't want them to think bad of their dad. I was trying to protect his image and, and stuff like
Mhm.
that. With them being that young, I mean, it kind of, worked. But then as they got older, it was kind of like, why is dad like this? Or why is dad, like that or whatever. And so my kid's dad was his mom was not in his life. His dad raised him.
Mm-hmm.
And Sally, like, she was just like totally not in his life. And so I know that affected him negatively. That, because she went into like Scientology or something, and I think that's like cultish or something.
That's
but
very
a
much.
cult. That is a cult.
Yeah.
But
I respect that, Coach.
So,
but
Go ahead, Mark.
I respect that, but I stand on, like, now I'm not protecting the reputation of somebody who chooses to be anything other than what they're supposed to be. I don't hide nothing from my kids. I don't talk bad about their mom, but when things come up, I have to tell them the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna lie for them to cover up from somebody who's doing that to children, because now I'm allowing somebody to hurt my kids. No, through knowledge, I want you to protect yourself. Like, my daughter came up to me and was like, "Daddy, Mommy, she tells me that she doesn't do this, but I see it right there on her nightstand." I said, "Okay, and what do we not like? We don't like liars. And what just happened?
Right.
She lied to me. So how do you treat that? I'm gonna treat it like a liar." There you go. I'm not teaching my kids. Yeah, and you say something, "Mommy, why you lying?" Like, it's sitting right there. You shouldn't be an adult lying to a child about something that you're an adult and that you do. You're an adult. You get to do what you want. Just tell the kid. But if it's something that you feel like you gotta lie to a child about, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
So can I say something real quick?
Go ahead,
So one thing that I've learned through my lifetime is that, I can only control myself, right? I was, according to my child's mother, I was all type of MF, and I was a B, I was this. And, obviously I felt some type of way, right? And obviously I wanted to say something, but, to protect my own integrity and my daughter from hearing those things, I didn't say nothing. I allowed her to say those things because obviously I can't tell her what to say or not to say, but I allowed my daughter to see the type of person that she was and make her own opinion on what her mother was saying and what she was seeing. She was saying all these things, negative things about me. However, I'm the one that's picking her up from school. I'm the one taking her after work to her activities. I'm the one that was working overnights and coming right and picking her up to go take her to Saturday school. So she saw the type of person that I was, and I never spoke bad about her to this day, right? So she sees for herself what the type of woman that she is, and unfortunately that's not what I wanted for her, because I have a great relationship with my mother. So it hurts me to see her not have a relationship with her mother, because again, kids need both parents. I know that as again, I say fathers, we don't get the credit but that's not what we look for, right? We do it because it's our responsibility to be a father, to do those things, to sacrifice, to rip and run, to do what we have to do for our children, right? And so obviously, the things that she said were hurtful. Of course, anybody, we all have feelings. We're all human beings. Sometimes we think that women are emotional. As human beings, we're emotional, right? But I think the most hurtful thing is to go back and forth with the other parent. Why? Because the kid, when the kid is in the middle, they love both parents, right? And they want both parents to get along. They love both parents. They want the parents to
like they're
do
forced
things
to have an
together, I
ultimatum.
guess. But
do to choose.
it's important that we allow them to make their own opinions on the people that are around them and who really loves them and who is there for them, so they can see and they can say, "Oh, she was saying that my dad was a motherfucker and he was this and that, but I don't see those things. I see different, and he's there.
he's there. He's with me. He supports me. He drives me to school. He takes me here. He takes me there. And then again, it's not about material things because I'm not a big, obviously when kids are small they want gifts, but I'm more about time, right? Because time is something that we can never take back, right? And kids what they do, they play with toys. And because I was a kid once upon a time, and my father was in and out, and he died when I was 12. So all I remember is him picking up the alcohol. That's all my memories of my father. So I wanted her memories to be positive memories,
right?
And
right.
to this day, and for her to see that her father walks a straight line. He might not be perfect, but he's done things, he sacrificed things, and he works his ass off for us to have things.
Let me read a comment real quick. I have Bo White. Bo and I grew up together, and like at one point in high school, Bo and my kid's father was actually best friends. So he knows me pretty well. He said, I would never lie to children, but sometimes they simply aren't mentally or emotionally developed enough to fully understand certain situations. In those cases, it's about sharing information in a way that's appropriate for their age and level of understanding. So yeah,
I agree on that because even like I said, my wife, she never talked bad on her biological. Jordan found that on her own.
Hey, let me back in.
And by her finding it on her own, even he had a chance after my wife passed away to make it better. Him and his mother made it worse for my daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
And I say worse. I mean, to the fact that at that time, her little girlfriend had to send me a message, say, "Pops." She said this. She was talking about suicide.
Yeah.
I gotta call my mother-in-law in the middle of the night. Say, I need you to do this. Usually one time his mother and him, they threw her laptop across the room and the police was called. And luckily that night I was actually drunk. And I couldn't get there. I just saw the 911 call coming through. And after that, when I say he had that chance, and literally when my daughter graduated, she was right back home with me.
Where she needed to be.
Exactly. And we decided, my mother-in-law and I, we decided we were going to take him to court to get custody. We're going to let it be what it be.
Yeah.
And that was the worst decision I ever made.
What are you going to say, Sonny? Yes.
So, you know a good amount of the history with my daughter's mother. Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Somebody said they couldn't hear. So you know some of the history with me and my daughter's mother. So, I gained custody of them again 4 years ago. And while they were staying with me, they were both older now. One was about to be 18, the other one was close to graduating behind her. You know what I mean? So they would tell me stories of, the things that their mother would tell them about me, and I feel what he's saying about, certain things hurt, but I looked at it, like I know I'm not that type of person, I just told him the truth, I tell him I don't really care for their mother, that she's a liar, but I told him you should still be in your mother's life. And since then, in between that time frame, they tried to keep in contact with their mother, and the younger sister, she's blocked her all out.
Yeah.
Because she sees her for what she is. Here, take one of these. And my older one, she sees it, but she still keeps in touch with her. But I never told them, not to talk to their mother. I've told them they should still keep in contact with their mother because, when they get older and let's say their mother's ill, whatever, you know, when she passes, they're gonna regret that.
Right,
You know,
right.
so I told him, you know, as much as I don't like your mother, I still want you to try to have a relationship with her. You know,
Because you weren't
whatever.
being bitter and trying to keep him away from her, like some, you know. And some
Yeah,
women
yeah.
do
See,
be
and
bitter.
that,
They
Never
do
try
that.
to
And
do
but this is
that.
touching back on what you were saying. Kids observe and they see things. They see that I don't try to push them away from her.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they seen that she tried to push them away from me. You know,
Mhm.
and it's not like a bragging thing. It's just, you know,
It's real.
now they see their mother for who she really is, because
It's real.
they don't like my oldest daughter. She still talks to her mother, but she said her mom annoys her because every time they talk, me and Sean come up.
Yeah, of course. Of
You know
course.
what I'm saying?
Y'all in a successful relationship. Y'all happy. She
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
That's why. That's
yeah.
why.
So she's like, it gets old. It's annoying that we always have to be like a part of the conversation when they're talking. When she's not calling for that, she's calling to talk to her mother to see how she is, whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's always with her. It's always the same routine, you know.
Mhm.
But it's kind of touched back on what you were saying earlier about kids, you know, watching and seeing everything.
Right, right. Yeah, they see. And like, I mean, it's always like we have these conversations because you guys are like great dads, but I've seen situations where the dads was not that great in the household and they were raising the kids. And like Alex was saying earlier, his dad had an alcohol problem and ultimately passed away from that. But Alex is like, you know, that's not gonna be me. You know, and so he went the opposite way, you know, of doing that, you know, and I'm telling you, like, I mean, I
It
feel
takes a
that, you
village.
know, I had a strict upbringing because my dad was a deacon. So, you know,
Now,
I
Coco,
was trying to be the good
It
girl, but
takes
I
a
wasn't the
village.
good girl because
Well,
I
you
I
know
don't
didn't
know
get
if
about the
y'all
treated
can
as
Deacon's
hear me
good
or
as
daughters.
my
not.
I
Maybe
found
it's
about
kids.
talking
that
myself.
in 96 or 97. Oh, the Deacon's daughters. Ooh,
Look
buddy.
at you.
now
It takes
Coco,
a village,
I wasn't
man.
that bad. I wasn't
I
that
don't
type
know
of
if
Deacon's
y'all can
daughter.
hear me or not, but it takes a fucking village.
yeah,
And
it
I
does.
had to maximize on that as much as I could.
Right.
And being active duty military, being stationed in a place where I really didn't have anybody close to me, I had to do what the fuck I had to do to take care of a son on my own whose mother walked off. She
Yeah.
walked off. She married another guy and
But I'll
figured
say,
that,
especially for the dads who have
she
daughters,
had to do,
we are the most important people in their life.
We
she had to
are.
do
Y'all
her
are.
thing, and I'm not condemning her for it. It is what it is.
We guide
Yeah.
them
She
through a
did what
lot
she
of things
did,
that they
and
don't
like I
understand.
said, I could tell. I got stories. I could
And they
tell
get
so
it
many
at
stories.
one point.
But it's just like
And in fact,
whatever the
when they
story may
actually get
be,
it, that's one of the
I
most
had to step
valuable
up
things,
and
happiest things
understand that.
I've experienced.
Can y'all not hear me?
No, I hear you.
I
I hear
think
you.
you
All
guys
right,
be
bet.
like
Because I was getting
tossing,
talked over like I
cutting each other off when y'all be talking. It's just probably the way that the setup
But
is.
you know, it the way everything happened, it was like, damn, this is the big shoes that I got to step into and take over immediately. There wasn't no
But let me
instruction
get
manual.
this: any man who stepped up,
There
that's
wasn't no
not his
preface. There wasn't
DNA.
nothing. I just had to.
That's a real man.
I had to jump in and take care of it as much as I could,
That's what
and
you gotta do.
and
That's that
still did it.
parent. Like no matter if you're a male or female, like a mom or dad, you still gotta step up and you gotta, you gotta
Hey,
freaking handle it.
let me
Cole,
cut you off real quick
Cole,
though.
I'm gonna be real with you. Cole, I'm gonna be real with you real quick. I feel like you just negated it. Because I feel like you just hit it with some all lives matter shit. And I'm like,
Negated what?
it was like, oh, it's on both sides. Yeah, it is.
On both sides as far as what?
Yeah,
As far as
it
what?
is. As far as single parenthood. Yeah, it is.
I mean, we have a lot of single. We have a lot of similarities. Like it's kind of hard
and it's wild.
not
And that's the wild. And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Like I promise you, even dealing with talking to you, I feel like I could sit down with you and talk about the similarities of single parenthood itself and absentee, the other parent being absent and yada yada yada, and we could vibe on so much.
Dang,
And
got a lot of
but
food
it'll
here.
be but it seems like it'll be on one side, it seems it'll be respected, and the other side, it seems it'll be ignored.
Well, also I think with me, as a mom of 3 children, and even my kid's father, the oldest kid's father, he was present, and my youngest daughter, dad was always active. He even was living in another state, he was always there. So
say that again, because I don't want to misunderstand it.
Okay,
say that
so
one more time.
in my situation, my kid's father was always around. He sadly spent
The
a lot
oldest
of time.
ones?
The oldest ones, they had the same dad. The oldest
Okay.
2 had the same dad, and then my youngest daughter has a different dad. She's the one that just graduated from high school. So when I speak about us having a lot of similarities, like we probably do. I think probably for me I had 3 kids, so it's probably a little more challenging as far as daycare, free time, and all that stuff with 3 kids, because I can't, you could say I could find somebody to 1 kid, but 3 kids, I had to split them up to 2 cousins over here, and then this. So there may be a lot of things that similarity, but I don't want to do a tug of war on single parenthood. I don't.
Right,
What's up, Sonny?
right.
What are you gonna say?
But
I'm sorry, Sonny. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut nobody else. I'm sorry.
Nah, I was gonna say, not to change the subject, but I got a happy Father's Day present for myself. I don't know if I told you or not.
No, you didn't. What did you get?
So
you got it for yourself?
Let me explain. So
no, ain't no need to explain. You got a happy Father's Day gift for yourself. That's all the explanation.
Well, something like that. So I told you I got custody of my daughters 4 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started paying child support,
mm-hmm.
and I developed an account of back child support for like $7,000.
Woo!
So yeah, so check it out. So I got a lawyer 2 years or a year and a half ago, and we had a hard time locating her. Finally, we got her served, and I went to court on March 31st, and she didn't show up because she never responded. Because you have 30 days after you get served to respond.
Right.
So
wow.
So look, when we went to court, that $7,000 that I owed got put to 0, and she's ordered to pay back $4,000 to me for my attorney fees, the court costs, and then $3,000 that they took out of my income tax return. And on top of that, the lawyer's getting an extra $4,000 for himself out of her. And if she doesn't pay, it gains 6% interest every year. And the lawyer can get a lien put on a house, or if she own a car, whatever. So
you can't be mad at that.
So the whole shit is flipped now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you cannot be mad at that at all.
Nah.
Look, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, that's my Father's Day present.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Because what I'm trying to do overseas, that you know about. I found that if you owe anything over $2,500, they freeze your passport.
Did y'all just say that? That's not something that y'all gotta worry about, but yeah.
They take your driver's license, and they'll take your your income taxes. I know that because
they
take my shit.
I know that
your passport too.
Yeah, your passport.
Your passport.
Yeah, I put and they'll take your driver's license too. And I know that because I put my son's mother on child support, and then miraculously, all of a sudden, she don't drive no more. And the nigga that she was cheating on me with, that she married, he drives everywhere. I'm like, that's awful convenient. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I was like, yeah, that's weird. But I ain't
all
gonna say
that being
nothing. I'm gonna
said,
let it
that's why
ride.
father was a president, because all that shit got flipped on him. I don't even think she got the paperwork yet. I kind of wish I was
Oh,
the
she
fly
gonna
on
be
the
hot,
wall
But
when
you
she
boy.
gonna
get it.
hear it. You gonna hear
Oh,
it.
she gonna be
You
hot.
might try to go to
Yeah,
the
she
kids.
gonna be
You
on
definitely gonna hear
fire.
it.
She gonna be because
Definitely.
She
here's
gonna
the
be
thing.
hot, boy.
You know, she got her own. She got another son from another dude, and if she
Yeah.
filing them on taxes, that shit's gone. That
Oh,
shit's
she gonna be
gone.
hot, boy.
Yeah.
She gonna be
Did
400
you,
degrees, but it ain't your fault.
did y'all ever take him for child support? I can't remember.
What's
You
that?
tell me. I was asking and Tez, did they ever take you ever take your daughter's father for child support legally?
Well, he already, so prior to him already passing away, she said, I'll take you off child support, but I want my back. And I never actually followed through with getting it back,
Yeah.
even though it's owed to the state of my wife. Anytime
Right.
I want, I can go get that back.
Okay.
The
Oh,
back child
wow.
support that he owes is like 17,000, somewhere like that.
Oh, wow.
I can go get it.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, everybody. I hate to cut y'all short.
And then hold on. And now
I'm
he
sorry,
like
dog. My bad.
5,000 on Jordan Little Brother.
Yeah, guys, we've almost gone 2 hours. Dre, I know you got to get up early, so if you got to drop, go ahead and drop.
3:15 in the
Guys,
morning. Come
y'all let
early
me
as
know
shit.
when I was like, y'all have y'all time to talk and just
But
get,
I
speak
was,
on
man,
what you
I'm
want to
glad
speak
to
on.
speak with these brothers, man. Cole, I'm glad you brought us together.
But I just love the fact that
man, just
the dads
listen to these
love their
brothers, man, I
children
heard
and
a
stepping
lot.
up for their children no matter what situation that's going on.
Yeah.
Y'all are great. Y'all are great, man.
Thank you.
Man, I
that's
was
so
glad.
sweet.
So I want to say
I was
one
glad to hear some
last thing.
all of these
Hold
brothers.
on, Dre. Hold on, Dre. Go ahead.
I
Go
want
ahead.
I want
Oh,
to say
my
one
bad,
last
my
thing.
bad,
You
my
know, anybody can make a kid, but not everybody can be a father. You know,
Yeah.
so you know, like
That's
the
for sure.
gentleman that stepped up. You know, props to you, man.
That's
Props
for
to you.
sure.
You the father of those kids. I don't care who made them. Biologically, you the father
Fact.
for both the gentlemen, because I know
Yeah.
the gentleman from Baltimore too. You know, he got two other
Fact.
kids that are not his biological kids, but those are your kids. You
And
raised them.
you know the wild shit, not to cut you off, but when I first met
So
my
I
wife,
can't hear him. For some reason, I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear her? Oh.
Yeah,
can
I
you hear
can't
me
hear
now?
him.
I can
I
hear,
can
brother.
hear you, but it might be the
I can hear
system.
you.
We've been going on
I
2
can hear you,
hours. Go
brother.
ahead.
So what? Not to cut you off, but when I first met my wife, I tried to give the dude the benefit of the doubt, you know, because sometimes women will lie, say, "Oh, he's this and that." So if I seen him on the side of the road walking, I'd pick him up, take him home and shit. But one day he left a note on our door saying, "Hey, I got Christmas presents for the kids. I'm gonna drop them off, this, that, and the third." And he never showed. And
Ooh,
then
I
after
can
that,
feed
I
off
was
that.
like, "Nah, this motherfucker full of shit." And then
Full of shit.
we started to try to let him see him every weekend, and it lasted like 2-3 weeks, something like that. And he didn't want to see him no more, you know. But I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, you know, to still be in their life, you know. But he didn't want to be there.
He
Look,
dropped
man.
the ball.
I can touch on that one.
He dropped the
Literally,
ball.
it was times I was about to go to the trade ones. And he supposed to come pick her up. He ain't come pick her up, right?
Trey wins. You
I
in
got to
my
do
neck of the
hair,
woods now.
doing hair, whoop-de-doo, or here's the phone number for you, her own phone, so you can call her. That way you got to call, and this is my wife, and you still ain't show up. You ain't do this. You ain't do that. Like, how are you calling yourself a man when you can't do those basic things?
He ain't calling. He
Like I
called
was
himself a
a
man for
cheer dad.
himself.
We had cheer,
Right.
and they say family step up. He's standing behind everyone else, and I gotta look and say, "Hey, come on up here."
Right.
Cause you the dad too.
But some men ain't built that way, you know.
That's fact.
Some men ain't built that way.
Right, and
That's
once
fact.
I took over Cheer, man, look, I would get off the
That's fact.
Beltway sitting for an hour and a half from Bethesda to Clinton.
Woo!
Shit, or
Clinton,
practice.
baby, that's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go.
Because they'll let you do it. They'll say, well, she got a new man, so he can go ahead and do it. He around there now, so he can be
No,
the dad.
he took her to court for child support to get it reduced, and they told him, guess what? His income don't matter. And he was scared at that point. Then they tried to say, because of course, then Courtney made way more money than him anyway. And they tried to get her to pay. Say, no, we do this, we do this, we do this.
Right, right.
Why are we paying more? Saying my fault that you the only one working under the table on certain jobs. When you find out child support is about to catch up with you, or they assign that check.
Yeah, then they quit jobs. They got all kind of tricks, man. They got all types of stuff.
Oh man, I remember I remember getting only $56 a month for child support.
I've been through it, man. I have honestly been through everything, and now the fact that my mother's going through the same exact thing, it's crazy.
Wow. So do you guys have? Because it's almost 10 o'clock. I know it was probably a game on and stuff, and I don't want to hold y'all from manly things.
It's only almost 9 for me.
I'm not worried about the game.
So what do y'all want to do for Father's Day? Like, do y'all have any plans already? Because it's not this weekend.
I'm in Chicago working.
Next weekend. You gonna be in Chicago? Shiny always going somewhere.
I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing 7/12, so I'm gonna be working. But
okay. So let me tell y'all something real quick, because we didn't talk about the occupations. Ted, I forgot what you did, and I apologize. I know Sonny, because Sonny travels all over. You laid pipe, Tony. What is it called? What did you do? I know he lays pipes. I'm not trying to be nasty.
Nah, I don't do that shit.
You know what is it? What you go to Africa for?
I know what he laughing for.
No, because honestly,
no, I
actually learned how to weld pipe. So I honestly learned how to weld pipe. Okay, and that wasn't even part of my regular profession.
No,
I'm procurement. So
I do weld inspection.
Oh.
So I travel around to different refineries inspecting welds at the plant.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it was something with some pipes, like and
it is. I mean it is pipe, but it's more than that. It's piping, it's vessels, it's anything that requires welding. I do weld inspection.
What was the question?
What he did for a living? We were talking about his thing, because he went to Africa and Sonny showed me this house.
No. Now see, Africa's something. I'm trying to start a business there with what I do now.
Okay,
that's something completely different. That's something completely different.
That's fire.
Yeah, but I still I do travel around with work, but that's something completely different. That's me trying to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Trying to get out of working for somebody else and make my own money.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I think Alex, aren't you? I think Alex has his own business. Don't you have your own business, Alex? So, I want to make sure y'all can shout out y'all stuff that y'all do.
So I'm a full-time probation officer in DC, but I do have a landscaping business that my brother runs. It's owned by me and my brother.
What is it again? Because Sonny was cutting you off when he was talking.
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Which part? The second part, landscaping?
Yeah, the second part. Yeah.
So I have a landscaping business with my brother, but so because I work full time, he runs the business. He runs the business the daily business.
Okay. And then Dre, you still working with the airplanes?
Aircraft maintenance, baby. I am aircraft weapons supervisor. My career field is aircraft weapons. So if you see a jet fly over you and it's loaded full of bombs, missiles, and some of everything else, you're welcome. You're safe.
And Taz, what you do again? You was kind of saying it, and I didn't know what the
So my background is procurement, right? So now I actually transition to a different thing, into accounting, which still do procurement for the federal government.
I did acquisitions too and procurement, and I'm doing management analyst crap now. Are you, Taz? Why have you on here? Are you good in Excel?
I hate Excel, even though I love it.
Everybody hates Excel.
Man,
Excel is
They
bullshit.
actually gave us
I hate
free
Excel.
Excel courses now that only count against our learning.
Oh wow, yeah.
So it doesn't count for our.
I learned some good stuff on TikTok. They got a thing on TikTok.
I took a basic one the other day, like 2 weeks ago, and it was just like, why am I here? And I said, well, I'll just have to sign up for the advanced courses because, like, I'm just here because I got to work from home.
All right. Well, I'll be hitting you up about some Excel questions because that X lookup and V lookup is a killer. Be turning me up.
My Excel is. I really wish we would get away from Excel because a lot of these programs that we have or softwares, you don't even need Excel no more.
Nope, you don't. I do all type of automation. So Alex, you don't get to Alex. I'm gonna have to talk to you and Mark earlier. Mark is a police officer with Metropolitan Police. So I'm gonna have a like a first responders podcast coming up too. I'll keep you posted on that. You guys can come on and talk about.
Man, I'm glad I got away from Metro. I'm sorry to cut you off. I got away from Metro, buddy.
Coco.
Yes.
The dude below me, his name's Andre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my name is Andre. Right.
You might have heard what I do.
What that?
Because they weld on some of them missiles, right?
Some of them.
You ever heard of NDT?
What's the name of the company?
No, it's an inspection. It's called NDT, non-destructive testing.
Yes, and we call it NDI.
That's what I do. Yes. That's basically what I do.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That ever since I was in the Air Force as a youngster.
Because that's where it started at, was in the military.
Yeah.
They would use it on helicopter parts.
Yes. NDI, non-destructive inspection. And y'all motherfuckers get paid like a motherfucker on the outside. But
actually, NDI, you know the funny thing? Is the oil industry pays good, but when we go on military or nuclear sites, they pay even better.
Oh, wow, I know. I work for Lockheed Martin. Trust me, I know.
NDI, people might people out here that may come across this video because it's going to do some clips and stuff here. They might not know that these type of jobs even exist. Occupation.
Oh yeah.
In school, they don't say, "Hey, you can grow up and weld some missiles," or
most people when I say
probation, they don't talk about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, most people when I say NDT, they don't know what that is.
What this man does is that matter of fact, when I was still in the military, that's where all the cute chicks worked at. Crazy enough. That's why
what Sonny did, or they just worked in that department? They just worked in that department.
They worked in NDI. It's like, man, shit. We had to tow a jet down to get, it's NDI basically for us. When I was in the military, is basically taking a jet and running it through a fucking X-ray and make sure there wasn't no cracks in the structure.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
I've done X-ray, but I gave it up.
No, I can imagine. And then,
Alex,
but the chicks that work down there,
fine,
my God, those
anybody that has to drop down is fine. We just chit chat now. I know people got to go to work.
NDI Supply had all the chicks. Oh yeah. I was in the Air Force almost 18 years.
Yeah,
so
women do it.
I know exactly what NDI is and what you do. In non-destructive, yes, sir. Man. As matter of fact, the engineers that come do your job, what you just said, they get paid some dumb amount of money, and they're complete idiots. But
some of them are. But and you know what?
When it comes to the mechanical part, they don't know too much. But when it comes to the engineering and we meet in the middle, and I'm like, yeah, they know a whole lot. They get paid more than me. I get paid a nice little bit, but man, listen.
Well, go back to school, Dre. You might could be up there with them, knowing nothing and getting paid more.
But you know what? To touch on what you said, that exactly is why I want to start my own business, because my father used to tell me when I was a kid, there's always going to be a time when you work under an idiot. And in this field, there's a lot of, brothers and fathers bringing on cousins and sons, and they don't have no fucking experience, but they'll be in the office running things. They don't know
we
how.
have kind of a pipeline, so to speak, from Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University. And we have a certain amount of engineers that come from there, depending on what their engineering degree is. But being as how you're already in that, hey, there's an out for you within my company, which is Lockheed Martin, or
I've heard of it,
DOD, which is
man, hold on, get you a DOD contract,
which is,
man, look here, get you a DOD contract, you done. You are set for life.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I write contracts.
Dog, I work with DOD engineers every day. I'm a weapons supervisor. I'm a part of the weapons program and weapons program supervisor, meaning that whatever new weapons that we're about to test or keep testing and all of that shit, I am a part of that program, and I got a hand in it, I got a foot in it, I got a say in it. And on top of that, in my Air Force career, almost 18 years, I loaded weapons every day. Missiles, bombs, gun systems, you name it. I did that. And on top of that, with a teaspoon away from a fucking AMP license, airframe.
I'm so sorry.
Look here.
I gotta cut the
we
show
all
off,
can get
guys.
together. We can all get together.
Holla at me.
You have
Holla at me.
The experience is here. I love writing contracts. This is my thing.
Holla at me. Andre K. Wright on Facebook, dog. Holla at me, dog. Get at me. It's 10 o'clock. I got to get up at 3:15. I'm going to holla at y'all. Holla at me, dog. Man, listen, I can ask if you need me to holla at me.
We'll talk and see what else we can bring up, because you guys did a whole lot of talking.
If you need me, dog.
Fathers, y'all definitely need a man circle. Somebody can start up a man circle. I can tell y'all how to do this. Y'all don't have to even be live. Y'all can just,
I'm the contract person, okay?
Look, Sonny, look, this is how we network.
Start our own contracting, okay?
You trying to do your own thing, you know what I mean? Connections. So everybody is in that one chat that I did for you guys. I have not seen my homie Alex eat no dinner yet. So Alex needs to eat.
Holla at me.
Keep it on here.
Andre K. Wright on Facebook, bro.
So I want him to eat. And then one of the guys.
Friends list with her talking ass.
Everybody's in the chat. So
look at her. She's
one of the guys, he just messaged me that he's in the hospital. So I got to go and talk to him, guys, and make sure he's straight. So I will let you guys go. Have a good night. Alex, I'll be getting with you, Sonny. I'm gonna holler at you. And Tez, I'm gonna check on you with the new baby. Let me know if y'all need something. I got you, because I know where you live.
Man, look here.
Bye.
I actually sold the house.
You sold the house?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk offline. All right, y'all.
All right, thank you.
Good night. Thanks for coming through and participating. This went 2 hours. This has been my longest show, but I feel like I have so much respect for you guys.
Well, that means it was a success.
It was. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Happy Father's Day if I don't see you.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, Coco.
Bye. All right, hon. Bye.